And Ross is going to come on in just a moment. Guys, I hope you noticed the festive atmosphere. I am Rachel Moore, and Ross Brand is here with me. This is the only birthday mask I could find in our closet. And wait. Party, y'all. Made the longest birthday conference on live stream ever. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, what an incredible day, huh?
It was. Did you get to watch a lot of it? I had to keep hopping back and forth, and it was all day, and I cannot believe Jeff Adams was there for the whole thing.
Jeff Adams is amazing. Everybody give a big round of applause or throw in the chat. Yay, Jeff. Throw something in the chat. Thanks, Jeff. Yay, Jeff. Great job, Jeff. Jeff Adams
Tag
is
him.
Amazing.
Make him wake up tomorrow with 100 notifications.
Just your average 12-hour shift. No big deal. He pulled it off like unbelievable. The maestro behind
it was
the
maestro. He was. Well, Ross, we are coming up to the end. And you guys, I'm glad you stuck with us because we do have our own little segment that we're going to go over, which is helpful, and we want to make sure we share some live stream stuff, but we're going to be now. So sit tight. You can make it. Get your coffee. Well, don't drink coffee this late, probably. Get something that'll give you like a little hoopla. But yes,
water, a little something
this
else.
time you have your mug, and I don't have my mug. I'm saving it for tomorrow night. I am digging.
It's in the other studio where you do Best to BeLive.
Well, guys, we're gonna jump into this really fast. And again, if one of us freezes, we'll refresh. But Ross and I host a show every Tuesday night here on the BeLive TV Facebook page, and it's called The Best of BeLive with Ross and Rachel. And we decided for our last segment for the day, we were going to give you guys the top 10 ways to be the best at being live. And Ross, I know we've talked to a few awesome people already on our show, and we thought it'd be fitting. I think we're going to showcase them a little bit tonight, are we not?
Sounds good.
Hopefully I'm not frozen again. If I might, Elsa, am I still? Hang tight with me. Hang tight with me. Let me see if I'm still moving. Can you hear me, Ross?
Hang it in. I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Everybody hearing Rachel?
Okay, if you can hear me, I'm going to roll with it and not worry about it. All right, so I'm actually going to pop this up. So we want to feature each of our people, and I'm going to bring up each of our little thumbnails up here into the broadcast. So number 10 is the top 10 list that we're going to go through. And first of all, way number 10 is to show and tell. You do not have to sit in your seat and only show yourself and your head and shoulders. Typical mugshot. That's creepy. You can actually show all the things in your background and use your space. And the person that we wanted to kind of highlight with that is SB.com, and she's a baby list. And she is the one who was my first pick for the show. And she did. She was breastfeeding during the show, and she showed off a recliner. It was pretty amazing. And Ross, I'm going to go refresh while you carry on.
All right. So number 9 in our top 10 countdown talk is all about your guests. And a lot of people promote their guests, but very few people tell you why they're having their guest on. That's one of the great things that Owen does along with his co-host, Nick Nimmin. They don't just promote the guest by name. They let their audience know what's in it for them, why you are having the guest on, why you're going to be talking to that guest, and that lets the audience know what's in it for them and why they should tune in and stay tuned. I mean, when you have a famous guest on, it's often easy to just promote the guest by name, but when you have someone on who is maybe familiar to the people in the audience and they've heard them before, let them know what they're coming on to talk about, what they're going to deliver. And again, that's what Owen and Nick do so well on the business of video podcast.
That's right. And thank you all for bearing with us. Apparently, I think BeLive has had one heck of a long day. And so have we. So hopefully we'll keep going. And I think I'm frozen again because I just cannot with this. But I'm going to do my next bit and then I'll just keep refreshing between my little parts. So the next one was Aaron Tuttle, meteorologist. And he shared with us that he's a meteorologist on Facebook Live. And you guys, it's not like meteorologists aren't on TV, but he does it on Facebook Live and he has a heck of a following. And so my tip from him was trust your unique delivery of knowledge. Even if broadcast television or other shows provide similar content, you can still build that tribe because nobody's going to be like you. I mean, how many of your friends get really excited when they see that you're going to be on TV or you're going to have a moment of fame? And they just want to be part of that and celebrate that with you. And Aaron Tuttle is a perfect example of that, is that he has demonstrated how he knows meteorology. He takes it to Facebook Live. People actually go to his Facebook Live instead of the broadcast news. And so you can use your unique knowledge to make that happen. Ross, back to you.
All right, so our next one is Kim Doyle, also known as the WordPress Chick. She runs the Content Creators Facebook page. And what she does is she demonstrates her skills. She shows you how she would coach somebody or work with them. And she does this by putting them in the hot seat and actually helping them solve problems. So that's something to think about. If you're a coach, you demonstrate how you coach. If you're an artist, you can demonstrate your art. If you're a musician, you can show us what your music is like. It doesn't all have to be just a chat show. You can definitely show off your skills, let people know what it would be like to work with you or listen to you or watch you do whatever it is that you do well. So that is number 7. And if Rachel is back, and I'm not sure if she is, but there she is.
I'm just hopping off and refreshing every time.
You're very refreshing, Rachel. Always refreshing to see you.
I'm Elsa from Frozen, and I'm refreshing. I'm like Elsa T. And so coming back to my part, I like this part is that, and actually I think you had talked about, let's see, which one did you just cover? The
Kim Doyle.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Your skills.
That's right. So here I like this one, number 6. And this was when Pete Cohen was my pick. And I talked about how he uses live streaming to support a broader goal. He has a community. He has a coaching business. He has people who are coached by him, like in-person sessions, but he also supports it with live streaming. And so he really taps into that. He refers every time to those coaching sessions. He has notes that he brings from the non-live streaming sessions to the live stream. And so he really makes it all very cohesive and ties it together. And you don't feel left out if you are watching the live stream, but not necessarily getting his coaching on the side. You still feel like, gosh, I'm getting so much value, and people show up for that. So I love that he uses it as part of a larger strategy, not necessarily as a standalone. And Ross, I didn't freeze, so I'm going to give it back to you, right?
All right. So we're doing well. The next one is understand what BeLive can offer that TV and radio doesn't. TV and radio do some things really well that we would never be able to create with just a couple people, at least not yet, right? Doing a live stream. But there are things that BeLive does that TV or radio don't do. So what Anwar Richardson and his co-host of Orange Bloods have done is they've done a post-game talk show for University of Texas football. But what they have the ability to do, the TV doesn't do, may have the ability, but doesn't do, and radio certainly can't do, is put the comments on the screen and make everybody a part of the conversation. So they've recreated something from radio and TV, but they're doing it even better because they have the capability that BeLive provides. So think about the unique ability when you're live streaming of things that, TV and radio can't do. And a lot of times your audience is going to love you for doing those things and providing those opportunities.
That's right. And then going to my point number 4, we're on the fourth point of the top 10 countdown here. And I like this one, is to let live streaming give your audience a a look behind the scenes. Now, this was exemplified perfectly when John Tesh, four-time Emmy Award winner and a Grammy nominee, was my pick last week. And he, it was so great to see him live stream. And Ross actually pointed it out when we were talking to him later, was that we really got a sense of who he is and what kind of person he is outside of the kind of, formal formatting of television. We're able to see in the live stream who he really is. It was really interesting to see that. And that's one thing live streaming can offer you, and just giving people that sense. And really, honestly, that's, Ross, I know that's why you and I really like live streaming, is because the authenticity is a must-have. And so it really helps people who might already have an established name still tap into their audience and say, look, I'm a real person, here I am. Back to you, Ross.
So number 3 is audience-focused content. I know that sounds kind of obvious, but it's not as easy to do as it sounds. Your audience, if you want to have an audience and you want to keep that audience, you should focus on what your audience is actually interested in. And Deja Vu, who's a afternoon drive radio show host on WBLS in New York City, live streams while she's hosting her radio show, during breaks, in between, on the scene, all that kind of stuff. And she definitely talks about what her audience is interested in, gives them a peek behind the scenes, as Rachel just mentioned, great way to use live streaming. And she treats her viewers like friends. Imagine that. Something in TV and radio where it's a one-way conversation. It's very hard to do, but she knows what her audience is interested in. She talks to them just like she'd be talking to her friends sitting around the table, and it's a great way to build community. And so what are we going to do with our final 2 picks, Rachel? We're up to pick number 2, or
we are
number 2.
We're at tip number 2 and tip number 1. And you notice that each of us have done one, and we've done it based on someone who's been a pick for our show. Guess what? You guys are going to have to find out what the last 2 things are tomorrow night on our Best of BeLive with Ross and Rachel. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Sorry, I don't even know what time it is anymore. 8
Don't show up at 9, because
don't show up at 9. You'll catch the very end, and then you'll know who won. 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be on tomorrow night, and we're there every Tuesday night, and we'll have 2 new fresh picks and the last 2 ways that you can be the best at being live. Right, Ross?
Yes, absolutely. And thank you to BeLive for saving the Best of BeLive for last in today's full day of events. And it's time to bring on some winners. You want to start with the .live winners?
I will. And now I love this too. And by the way, can I just mention, Zafrir actually just messaged me. He is in Israel, and it's in the middle of the night. He's like, hey, try this, and that way you won't be freezing up anymore, hopefully. Although I think I might have just froze. Okay, I froze for a minute, so let's just roll with it. Okay, so yes, we have some winners, and thank you guys for hanging in there. Everybody has been amazing all day, so thank you for sticking with us. So there were 2 .live domain winners, and the first of those is Chuck Trice. Chuck Trice is the winner of a .live. Wins a .live. And I'm going to put that in the thing. Chuck Trice. Now, you don't have to be present to win, Chuck, but congratulations on winning your own .live domain. Can you hear me, Ross? Am I frozen?
I can hear you great. I was just clapping for Chuck. That's all.
Yay, Chuck! Actually, if you want to go ahead and do the next one, go ahead and do one of the other winners that you're going to do. I'm going to go refresh one more time.
All right, so we have 3 winners from Archon Mounts. Love my Archon Mounts tripods and lights and all the great products that Archon Mounts makes. So who has won Archon Mounts? We have one of our winners is Margie Wallace. Margie Wallace, congratulations. You're a winner of a gift. A gift. We don't know what it is, actually, but it will be something from Archon Mounts. Another winner is Robert Myers. He's also won from Archon. And our third winner from Archon is Tim Longwell. Tim's been winning, I think he won on live stream deals too. So congratulations, Margie Wallace, Robert Myers, and Tim Longwell for winning from Archon Mounts.
And I'm just putting your names up. So you guys, if you see this, share this with them. Robert, you're actually in the comments. And Tim says, I don't even think I entered. It's like, yes, but you won anyway. Everyone's a winner.
You don't have to tell anybody.
That's right. But I know, just delete that comment, Tim. Just pretend it never happened. It never happened. These are not the droids you're looking for. And I will announce the final .live domain winner, which I saw in the comments earlier, so hopefully she's still around, is Mamo Billy. It won a .live domain, and congratulations, you guys. .live domains are the way. Don't you agree, Ross Brand?
Rossbrand.live, you mean?
Yes, and I've got Rachel.live, I've got ConcealerChronicles.live, there's B.live. So we all believe in the .live here, and congratulations to the winners of all the giveaways for today for winning all these amazing prizes after a really long day of amazing stuff. Did you feel like you got, what was your best? I would love to hear the people that are still here. What was the best thing you heard today? The thing that you're like, oh, I'm so glad I showed up today to hear that. Share it in the comments. Tell us what the best thing was that you heard today. Ross, do you have something that you, because I can think of something right now that I just heard in the last hour.
I know, me too. I'm thinking, I think at what Owen, his run of show, I'm a little bit more spontaneous, I guess, or unscripted. It's not a script, but I'm a little more unstructured, right? But I've definitely got to pull in some ideas from Owen's run of show. I love how he does that. I heard him talk about it out at Vid Summit, but now he gave everybody this great information. See, I didn't even have to travel to California to soak in wisdom. It's here for the BeLive family. But seriously, it's really great advice. And I think everyone would be well served to think about how they can incorporate some of those elements, or, you know, you wouldn't go wrong if you incorporate all of them, but certainly try some of them. I think it's really, really great tips.
I do too. And I mean, I heard what was great is I would hear people kind of recount what other people had said outside of their own segment and how it just really all kind of piled on and came together. I really like, and I've heard Zeph Zan say this before about remembering your why. And right. And you can get all caught up and, you know, you shift priorities and sometimes you pivot a little too much. But if you can remember why you started the live stream, and I'm not saying it won't change, but to keep yourself kind of focused on that, the end all be all, why did you do it? Usually it comes from something that you want to share or something you want to change, or something you want to make sure people have and provide. So I liked that component of it, just to remember that you should never don't just go live to go live. I mean, we saw plenty of that on Blab. You see it on Periscope. You see people who just are laying there with chips, crumbs all down their shirt, and they're like, "What's up? I'm live." And you're like, "Neat."
Hey, haven't been live in a couple of days. What's up? I thought I could go live because I haven't been live in a couple of days.
I know. Well, and I love that BeLive really kind of fosters that just by their design, because they have the agenda, they make you show comments, they have the captions you can put in there, they let you share your screen, they let you share pictures, which we did tonight too. They really kind of help you add the intention to it, which is awesome. They're awesome.
Yeah. They are awesome, and that's why we love using the platform. I've done every one of my interview shows this year on BeLive, and it's been a great way to quickly bring on your guests and get started and do shows. And really the comments feature, among all the great features, I use a lot of the different features. The agenda feature Rachel mentioned, the ability to switch shots, put lower thirds in, customize those lower thirds for the guest, use your own you know, your own branding, your own color, your own logo, and all that. But the ability to do what Rachel just did right now, which is bring Molly Mahoney's comment saying BeLive TV is the best on the screen. Robert Myers, as we saw before, so many kudos to BeLive TV, and that this is the feature that distinguishes this platform from all the others. Beyond all the other things that we love, this is the holy grail, or whatever you want to call it.
Wow. Oh, Well, hey,
of live streaming.
Let's wrap up wrap this up. I can speak. We can all speak. You guys, will you join me though in singing a little round of happy birthdays? We close this out. Ross, you ready?
Rachel, go solo in this.
No. Well, we're all gonna sing together. Ready? Wait. You gotta wait for it. Here it comes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear BeLive. Happy birthday to you. Jam it out, people. Happy birthday, BeLive. Make sure you leave it in the comments. Thank you, BeLive, for being an amazing platform, for giving this platform to all these wonderful experts today. And with that, we're out of here. You guys have a great day, great evening, and we'll see you on your next BeLive broadcast. That's right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.